I'll call the August 11th, 2025 Tangipahoa Parish public hearing to order. The first item is a condemnation hearing at 25017 Corbin Lane, Amite, Louisiana, assessment number 6118623, District 1. Mr. Jerry?
Turn the mic on.
Yeah, turn your mic on, please.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry, thank you, Jill. I'm just here to bring this again before the council. We've already met on recommendation, condemnation for that property at 25017 Corbin Lane, in Mr. Graffia's district. And we were going to give the opportunity for Ms. Christy Bartholomew, who is an heir to that property. I don't know if I don't see her here this evening.
What's her name again? Christy Bartholomew?
Christy Bartholomew.
Is she in the audience here tonight? Nope, don't think so. Okay.
And I just want to reiterate that we've tried to work with her in our best interest of trying to get this resolved. I think this was a little overbearing for her. The fire occurred in December of 2020, and I've been working with her since March of this year to try to get this resolved, and she's not been able to obtain any assistance in getting this accomplished. And if we could grant her some time at some point, I think that'll be very good for her, whether we get to that point and get it demolished. If not, then we're going to have to take over and start our process.
All right. This will come up under regular business, Mr. Niagara, and you can set that time, whatever you think. Next item is an ordinance to acquire ownership right-of-ways for State Project H015014 State Line Road Bridge over unnamed Creek Bridge Replacement Project, Kentwood. Authorize the parish president to sign and execute all necessary documents to provide for recordation and to provide copies to all involved parties. Anyone here to speak on that matter? All right, there'll be a no one there. We will go to the next matter. Ordinance 2521, an ordinance to grant a variance 36112 special classification property development standards, mobile manufactured home placement standards for placement on a single lot for Miss Dorothy Bridgewater, assessment number 2686708 in District 8. And I think Miss Bridgewater is here to speak on this. Address for the record, please.
Dorothy Bridgewater, 44313 Zeno Lane, Hammond, 70403. I'm here again, standing before you all, stressing the point about I'm trying to replace my home that I am going to get torn down with a single mobile home on the property and stuff. And I'm wanting to replace the home because the home that I'm in is an older Jim Walter home. I mean, it's in bad shape, and I cannot afford anything else. And I done saved up to get this, the trailer on the place and stuff like that. I mean, it's so bad where it's leaking. I need windows, doors, floors, ceilings, you name it, whatever it is, I need it. But I don't have that kind of money to start, to get it replaced and stuff. And so I'm standing before you all once again, and I will be getting my home torn down to get the trailer on.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Bridgewater? Anything? Any other comments?
One question. The mobile home, if you get your variance, you're going to put it in front of your existing home or behind it?
No, I'm going
you're going to tear it down first?
Yeah, I'm tearing the whole, oh yeah. Yeah. No way I could put, the trailer in front or behind the mobile home. And this is the best way for me to, winter coming, y'all. And I mean, it's no heat in the home. I mean, I'm running a little air conditioning and stuff, doing the best that I can. And my daughter and I just realized that this is the best way for me to go before she leave to go to her duty station, so.
Okay. Yes,
So you're actually living in a home right now?
I'm in there. I'm in one room.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in one room. That means the bathroom and my bedroom, barely.
Any other comments? Any questions? Thank you, Ms. Bridgewater.
Thank you.
The matter will be taken up during regular business, okay? All right, let's see. Anyone else on that? Nope, okay. Ordinance 2522, an ordinance to grant a variance to section 3690 minor subdivision standards, 82 frontage for David Jenkins, assessment number 6210058, District 4. I have 3 folks, I think.
This is Ross that's up here.
Okay, Ross Kinchin?
Yes, sir.
Correct, okay. Name and address for the record, please.
Ross Kinchin, 19144 Florida Boulevard, Albany. I'm going to speak on behalf of the technicalities, and then Mr. Cade is here with the family. He'll be speaking after me. I do have one thing I want to pass to the council.
Sure. Let me see that again. Thanks.
Okay. So I appreciate the opportunity to be able to discuss the variance. I think this is a very necessary part of planning for the future for residences. So a few points I want to bring up. The little sketch that you can see here, their land is shaped pretty funny. They have a 40-foot strip access that goes to the public road, and in this case, they're wanting to do a family partition, which requires the 35-foot access servitude to go to the property. The sketch is really to show you if they did not own that strip of land going to the public road, if they just had access and had the 8 acres in the back with the access, we wouldn't be here today because they wouldn't have any frontage on the road. They would just be accessing it through a servitude, which is a different situation. But because they have the 40-foot strip that goes all the way to the public road, that is why we are in this situation where we are needing a variance for this hardship. This is a local family here. They've been in Tangipahoa Parish all their life, nearly 100 years going back through their family. This is not a developer trying to split lots to sell for a profit. This is a family who is wanting to grow their family here in Tangipahoa Parish. Thankfully, Tangipahoa Parish, unlike surrounding parishes, they do have a family partition in the ordinance that allows certain requirements for family property. And one of the requirements is you have to have a 35-foot access servitude, and the lots have to have at least 125 foot of frontage on the servitude in order to be approved through the planning office. Since they own that 40-foot strip, we are able to have that 35-foot access, which is what's required to get to this family partition lot. If you look at the sketch I sent you, the lot that we're cutting out actually has 168 feet of frontage on this 35-foot family servitude. So they're meeting that. The Planning Commission, I know, gave an unfavorable recommendation for this variance. However, it's my understanding, based on Mr. Bruno's comment to me, they will never give a favorable recommendation for a variance, because if we met all of the requirements for the Planning Commission, we wouldn't have to go through this process. So they were not able to grant a favorable recommendation. I didn't want that to scare y'all too bad. Another concern was the utilities. So there will be no new utilities going down this 35-foot servitude. Water and power is already back there. And the biggest thing, which was a concern last time, was the sewer. We did get the sewer discharge verification from the Department of Health. So sewer is not an issue going down this 35-foot road. This is from the Department of Health, which is required for the planning office. We have to get this before the planning office will approve any division in the parish. So utilities are not a problem. One of the other issues that we had when it was introduced was the fact that it is a private driveway, and if anything is sold down the line, then the issue comes back to the parish. With our plats, we have a note right here that's very specific about any private servitudes. It says the private servitude shown hereon will not be accepted into the Tangipahoa Parish maintenance system. It is the responsibility of the owners to maintain private servitude. So in the future, this is not a situation where Mr. K could build a house and then sell it in 5 years. Family partitions is limited to sell. You cannot sell for 10 years. This is to protect these private roads and these access points to where people don't go around the rules to split lots and sell them. So they are not allowed to sell this property for at least 10 years. And when they do sell the property, if and when, which they have no intentions on, The parish is protected by these private roads because it explicitly states that it is the property owner's responsibility for maintenance. This is not a situation where we have in the past where developers put these, horrible roads in and they call the council members to come take them over and blacktop. This is a family deal here. The last thing that I wanted to make sure everybody was aware of, with the variance procedure, there is a checklist that has to be turned in with the application to state the hardship that is in place in order for us to ask for this variance. So the Jenkins family did check all of the 7 boxes on the hardship application. This was not anything that they created for themselves. The lot was created in 1997, and they've had the property for nearly 20 years now. The hardship, with their son wanting to build a house on the property, they are not able to get this property divided. This is not for financial gain. This is not going to injure the adjacent property owner. We have all of the verification from the Department of Health stating that it is not going to hurt the neighboring properties. It is not going to affect the public health. We've done the best possible way to address any concerns from the Planning Commission and the council here. And of course, y'all have received the letter from the Planning Commission after they reviewed it. So I just want to thank you for your time for me to explain this. There are lots of situations in the parish that is not a one-size-fits-all, and I believe that these variance procedures are important to help families that are here in Tangipahoa Parish and would like their family to stay here in Tangipahoa Parish to help grow the parish in a good way. And it's not going to, hurt people that may have situations that they did not create for themselves. So with that being said, if you have any questions for me, I'm here, but also Mr. Cade will come up and just explain the purpose of why they're wanting to divide it. Mr. John?
The certitude, 20 years down the road, 2 different people living there. Is it recorded where they both can have access to it at all times?
That's right. Yes, sir. So that's part of the division. We have to grant access for any property owners that use that. They'll have a legal binding document that gives them both permission. And a lot of times, too, in things that I do, where it may just be a 60-foot mini partition on a private road, we require our clients to do what's called a private road agreement, which states that they are specifically responsible for maintenance, and all property owners have to sign that document. So in 20 years, if they're doing an abstract on the property and they pull the map and the ownership, that private road agreement will protect the council, stating that exactly who is responsible for that road and maintenance and upkeep.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I got a question for mainly you. This is your document that you generated?
Yes, sir, that's a sketch that I created to show.
Okay, so at what point during your process, the survey process, did you inform the Jenkinses that they were gonna need a variance? So what you have created here, you have created for this council a very tough situation that puts us all in a tough spot. When did you inform them that, ooh, this don't apply to the rules? Maybe you need to reach out to Ms. Tracy at Planning or your council member or whatever.
So I actually didn't realize that until we submitted it to the planning office, and that's when it was brought up, and they said, you only have 40 feet of frontage. This is a very weird situation. In the past year, we've done probably over 300 surveys here in Tangipahoa Parish. Not all have to go through the planning office, but I have 6 surveys here that all are family partitions that were done on a 35-foot servitude with no public road frontage. One of them actually has 30.29 feet of frontage on a public road. With us having so many ordinances, and a lot of times every situation is different, I do my best to catch stuff at the front end, but with the capacity that we do here in Tangipahoa Parish, there are times where things may get missed, and that is why we do have a very good planning office here. They review every single document that I send, and they do catch things that I may miss just by accident. And this is a situation where I truly did not think that there was any issue with what they were trying to do. the family partitions actually went away for quite some time, almost a year, and I had several families that would call me, and I would turn them away every single time because they could not meet the 60-foot servitude requirement. So we filter as much as we can through my office, but unfortunately, there's some stuff that we just miss sometimes.
Because the 125-foot rule on a piece of land, not a servitude, this is not a servitude, this is an actual piece of land that they own, was passed in 1998.
Yes.
So it's been around for a minute, almost 30 years somewhere, whatever it is. So that's my point. So if these folks get denied tonight, this variance, then they're out of the money with you and not knowing what they're gonna do. So I would suggest to you, you need to be clear on your surveys before you get your customers and get them hooked up with the right people so they know what to do moving forward.
Oh, I definitely agree with that. And just, I will, anytime there's a situation like this, we give full refunds because I'm not in the business of taking people's money. We definitely want to help as many people as possible. And these situations right here, these have all been passed through the planning office with no variance needed. And it's a situation very similar to what we have now. In the case that you see in the sketch, they're being penalized for owning too much land. So if they did not own that 40-foot strip, we would not be here tonight because they would get granted through an access servitude. So I do want the record to show this is not anything that I saw or predicted because trust me, this is the first time in almost 10 years of me practicing here in Tangipahoa Parish that I've been here asking for a variance. We do a lot of surveys here in Tangipahoa Parish, and I truly believe that this is a case that needs to be considered because of the situation that we're in. I will not come here for a developer trying to cut lots out to sell to people outside of the parish. I've been asked multiple times. There are times where me and Tracy will work together to find a solution for people who don't meet the requirements. This is a situation where this is the last stop on the road, and I'm doing all I can to help this family who has done a lot for Tangipahoa Parish to be able to stay here and continue to grow their family. And so I really would hope that y'all would consider that. And with that, I would like for Mr. K to come up and just explain why they're doing this family partition and kind of what his plans are. Yes, sir, Mr. Joey.
On the 35-foot servitude, is that solely owned by the Jenkins family?
So the way their property is now, they do own, it's actually a 40-foot strip that goes to the road, so they actually own that. And in my opinion, that's what the parish should want. You should want people to own the access to their property. In this case, if they were to have to, get rid of this property that they own, they would be crossing someone else's property to get to their property. And at that point, you run into the issue where if there's issues between the neighbors, then they may start calling the council. But for now, they do own that 40-foot going all the way to the road.
Is the property before adjacent to it, do they have access for the road also?
No, sir. It's strictly for the Jenkins family.
Have they tried to get 20 feet to make it a 60-foot right away to meet the requirement?
So
60 foot?
So
So
that's
it
a
could
great
become
question.
a parish road one day?
So that's a great question, Mr. Joey. And unfortunately, even if they had 60 feet, this would still not be denied because then the planning office would consider that being 60 feet on the public road. And that's where the issue is they want the full 125 or zero. So if you have zero frontage on a public road, you can have an access servitude to get to your property. If you own anything less than 125, which is what the case is now, you're not able to put in an access servitude to get to the back of your property. So even if they had the 60 feet, they still would not be able to put that in.
If they were able to get the additional 20 feet and make it 60 foot, they could get on a maintenance program and get approved to be a parish road at some point.
Well, this is a situation, I think even with the 60 feet, and Tracy, you may could speak a little more, even if they had 60 feet, it would still not meet the requirements, is that right?
No, to divide, it has to have 125 foot road frontage, or has to have a previously grandfathered servitude of access, and that's where those 35s came in that were allowed to be divided off of, because those were old and grandfathered in.
I guess my question is, if you got a piece of land and you make a 60-foot road,
Road is different than a right-of-way, and road is not owned by those property owners.
Okay. I'm just trying to go somewhere with my my point, that if you had a 60-foot right-of-way and it went down 6 acres, well, you would have 125 frontage on a 60-foot road.
I agree with that, and I think the biggest thing to understand for this situation, the lot that Cade is cutting out, he has 168 feet of frontage on that 35-foot servitude. So it's really, I think it comes down to the initial access point to their property is 40 feet wide. Whether they owned 125 feet or nothing, Cade would still only be able to use that 35 feet servitude that is put in place by the family partition. So, Mr. Joe, even if they were to have the 125, Cade's property only has rights to that 35 foot, which is in the code, which is what the code was passed. So even if they had the 125 feet, this is why I want just everybody to understand, he still would only have 35 feet going to that public road to use for access and utilities. So even if they were to, let's say, buy the property from the neighbor, which is not a thing that can happen, is not something that, we've explored all options and this is where we are. Even if they were to have the 125, the family partition, which requires the 35 feet access servitude, that is only thing that Cade will be allowed to use, whether they have 40 feet, which is what they have now, or 125 feet. So it's a situation where I think this hardship for this family is one that you can make a vote on and be able to explain to the next person who comes here for something that may not be the same situation. And you can explain, this is why we voted for this family. This is a hardship. I see stuff like this all the time, and I do not entertain going around the ordinance ever. But in this situation, I believe that it is something that can help this family, and it's worth a application for the variance.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Joe.
I got one more question for Tracy,
Yes.
Mr. Davis. So Tracy, you said about a property being grandfathered in. So it's my understanding, this property was actually cut out like this in 1996.
It's not about the property being grandfathered, it's about the servitude or the right of way, not the property.
Okay, so the servitude that he's suggested in this layout, if that would have been done in 1996, would have been
And it
good.
wouldn't be grandfathered at this point, there's a date in the code that says even beyond this, it wouldn't be grandfathered in to divide off of again.
Okay.
Anyone else? Any other comments, questions? Thank you. Have a good evening.
I'm gonna let
All right.
Mr. Cade come.
I'm running the meeting, not you.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay. And next up will be Mr. Cade Jenkins. And come to the mic and give us your name and address, please.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Cade Jenkins. My address is 51075 Jenkins Lane currently. Ross just wanted me to introduce myself to everyone and kind of the reason why we're moving over there. So currently, me and my wife would be selling our house, and we would love to live over by my parents. I'm the last of 5 children that stayed within this area, and I love this area, grew up here, and I wanted to be able to take care of my parents when they got older. My dad recently had a heart attack, and it kind of just made us all realize that, they're not going to be here forever, and that they'll need help sooner or later. And I also just love living next to my family and being next to them and being able to take care of them. Also, we have the little baby in the back, and I just also love to be able to raise my family with my family that I grew up with. And so just being able to glean off the wisdom of my mom and dad and be able to, for them to be able to be there for us when we need them. And, with all of that, we decided to try to build a house over next to them so that we could live with them, take care of them, and they take care of us as well.
Any comments, questions? Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. We have one other person, I think, to speak, Miss Debbie Jenkins. Just name and address for the record, please.
Debbie Jenkins, 19127 Knoll Road, Laurent, Louisiana, 70446. And I just want to reiterate what Cade said, and also that I'm a nurse. I teach for North Shore, and Cade is, we have 5 kids. One's in South Carolina in college, and one is in Italy. She's a missionary there. The other one lives in Baton Rouge, and my other son lives in Ponchatoula. So out of all the kids, just trying to get one to stay close, and he has the grandbaby. That's the fun part. But, you know, I feel like we do contribute, and we're worth considering. I bring nursing students. I worked as a nurse at North Oaks for 26 years, and my last clinical group, 100% of those nursing students came to North Oaks. One out of my whole graduating class went to St. Tammany, and it's because I try to teach that, I'm sorry, I'm so nervous, that you need to contribute, and I feel like I have stood up to doctors for patients. I've put my nursing license on the line. During COVID, I was wearing PPE repeatedly, screening and taking care of pediatric patients. So I know we're asking you guys to vote against a law. To me, it's not that big a deal, because I've been praying this whole week that God would just give y'all discernment, and that you would be able to stand up and do what's right to keep us here, even though I'm not any more worthy than anybody else asking for a trailer or anything. But anyway, that's all. Does anybody have any questions?
Anything from Ms. Jenkins? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That item will be taken up under regular business. Item 4, an ordinance to provide for an exemption of parish government 1-cent sales tax on purchase of firearms, ammunition, hunting supplies during the state of Louisiana Second Amendment weekend sales tax holiday. Anyone here speak on that matter? There being no one, I'll close the public hearing. I'll call the council meeting to order. If you have a cell phone, I'd ask you to please mute it or turn it off. Invocation this evening will be done by Ms. Hyde, and the pledge will be done by Ms. Ciotat.
Let us pray. Dear Lord God, we just thank you for the privilege we have to serve the people of this parish. And God, we pray that you would give us wisdom and discernment, Lord. And God, we pray that you would be with all of our employees, especially the ones that are working out in the heat every day. God, I just pray for safety for them. Lord, I pray for our first responders, our military, our police officers, our firemen who are out putting their lives at danger every day. God, I just ask that you would be with those who are hurting and have family members that are hurting. Lord, we pray especially for Jenna, and that you just continue to heal her and have your hand on her. Lord, we ask all these things in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen.
All veterans and active military, please render the proper salute. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jill, would you call roll, please?
Mr. Sinagra.
Here.
Mr. Ingraffia.
Here.
Mr. Joseph.
Present.
Mr. Havis.
Here.
Mr. Richtel.
Here.
Mr. Mayhew.
Here.
Mr. Wells.
Here.
Mr. Vial.
Here.
Ms. Hyde.
Here.
Ms. Ciotat.
Here.
Next item is adoption of the minutes, the regular meeting dated July 28th.
Second.
First by Mr. Joseph, a second by Mr. Havis.
Mr. Ingraffia.
Yes.
Mr. Joseph.
Yes.
Mr. Havis.
Yes.
Mr. Richtel.
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Vial.
I'm going to abstain. I did not attend that meeting.
Ms. Hyde.
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat.
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra.
Yes.
Okay, passes 9-0 to 1. Public input, anyone wishing to address agenda items which were not on the public hearing. Parish President's report, Mr. Miller.
Good evening. We have a few items. The first item is approval of change order number 1 for Ponchatoula pedestrian improvements along Pine Street. This is an FTA grant project So it's actually for Ponchatoula, but because FTA passes through the parish. The change order was caused by some unexpected concrete cuts that they had to do, and then removing the concrete's at $44,218.40 increase in the project. And Ponchatoula does agree with this, with this change order. It's actually their change order.
Any questions on this?
So this, it won't, no money from us? If
No,
there's
it's
any
all,
extra money?
it's federal or Ponchatoula.
Also moved.
Second.
First by Ms. Hyde and a second by Ms. Ciotat.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Havis?
Yes.
Mr. Richtel? Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat?
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra?
Yes.
Mr. Graffia?
Yes.
Thank you. The next item, it says approval of bids for Section 8 Housing Office, the new office we were going to build, that we're going to build on Highway 16. We're going to ask that the bids be rejected. The actual low bid was withdrawn, and it was too high. It was more than the budget, and then the next bids up were even more, so it's like $600,000 over budget. So we want to go back and rework with the architect on various places that we can try and get it into budget. So we want to reject the bids and go back out later.
Just for the facility right next door?
Right here, yes, sir.
Yeah. They were way out of line, Robbie, just?
Yeah, it was, budget was like 1 point, we
Wow.
could stretch it to 1.2.
Yeah.
The low bid was right at 1.4.
Yeah.
It got withdrawn. The next bids are over 1.8.
Got it.
The low bid was going to be right at 1.4, so it was over also, but he got pulled back. He withdrew the bid. Yes. He had some miscalculations, he said, in his bids.
Oh, really?
I'll make that motion to reject.
So you want to remove this, Robbie?
I'd like to reject the bids, and we'll bring it back up later.
I have one other question, but it is gonna happen, right? We
Oh,
gonna go
yes,
back and
sir.
make the
Well,
adjustments.
as long as we can get the building under the money within the budget that we have, which is like 1.1.
All right, so there's a motion to reject from Mr. Havis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second was Mr. Ingraffia. Would you call roll, please?
Mr. Havis?
Yes.
Mr. Richtel?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat?
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra?
Yes.
Mr. Graffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
And the next one is discussion of motor-owned program. Is that you, Robbie, when I see you take on your riding lawnmower onto your lot?
I guess I would do it if I wanted to, but, so this is more of a discussion. It could have been in notes, but we wanted to make sure it was on the agenda. Over the years, we've had issues with adjudicated property that the taxes aren't paid, nobody pays them, and the property ends up moving to the parish. The parish is considered the owner. And some of these are in subdivisions, some of them are at various places, and in many cases, the adjoining property owners are maintaining that property to keep it nice so that their property doesn't look bad, and for whatever reason. Well, there's actually a state law that allows the adjacent property owner, if they can certify, and there's a process, that they have been maintaining it for over a year, and that it's been adjudicated for more than 3 years, that we can sell it to that property owner without a bid. And so we want to talk about what we're going to, in the administration, we're going to come up with some guidelines and so forth, and then come back and present it to you. But we just want to let you know that we're doing that, working on it. It's going to help, hopefully, eliminate some of the work that Jerry and Nate and all those guys are having to do whenever grass is tall and it's coming back to the parish whenever, in some cases, we know we have it, but the list is much longer than you would think. So we're going to actually the idea would be to develop the plan and then encourage the neighbors to do it so they get the property. That way it gets it back in commerce, gets it back on the tax rolls, it gets taken care of, all the positives that happen in those properties. And we just want to let y'all know about that we're going to start working on it and coming up with a plan to come back to you.
Is there any information around what you sell it for? I mean, is it?
Yes, sir. There's a, I don't have Missy's
That's okay.
email. There's specific state law, and it tells you you can have an admin fee. You can get the back taxes if you want. That's kind of what we want to talk about. It may not be necessary to get the back taxes. We just want to get it moving again, back on the rolls, you know?
Okay. Any other questions?
So what
on
if I own this piece of property and I quit paying for it or lose it or whatever, then I start cutting the grass on it, then I could buy it back? Would that,
Your neighbor could. Your neighbor could.
but the person who owned it before
No.
could?
They've had their chance. They've kind of, most of these are going to be many more years than 3 years adjudicated.
Tenfold.
You're not interested in recovering the taxes on it?
We may, but we're already not getting any for a number of years. It's a problem to the neighborhood. It's a problem to the neighbors. We have a neighbor who might be taking care of it already, who's been doing it for years and doesn't know that they could buy it. We want to streamline that process. Right now, you'd go through a much more expensive process to get it. And we're just trying to make sure we get that property back in commerce is probably the best way to put it.
The purchaser would pay all the legal fees and stuff?
Yeah, there'd be some fees and some closing costs and so forth.
Sure.
We're gonna look at what, we may choose to go after the taxes or some base amount and, you know, but we're gonna present it to y'all the best way. Within state law, obviously, we're gonna do it within the law. But the idea is to, and some of those are sitting there still grown up and the neighbors aren't taking care of it because they don't know that this is possible. This might encourage a neighbor to start taking care of it.
It'd be nice if you could recoup the money that we
Yeah.
invested in it, but
Yep.
thank you, Robin.
They have a similar program to that in Orleans that they really was doing, you know, after the storm. And it seemed to
That might
work
be where
well.
the state law came
Yeah,
from.
right, yeah, especially after the hurricane.
So that's all I had. If y'all have any other questions?
One other curiosity question, I'm sure, was there any kind of size limit here, you know what I'm saying? Is it lots we're talking about? or
I
is
guess
it-
we'll have to put that into it. Most
Yeah.
of those are gonna be smaller properties. It's not,
What about properties that we've got from, what you call the program?
where we bought them.
where we
That's a
bought
different,
them,
that's a
either sold
different.
them or bought them? I mean, I'm sorry, you could either raise them or bought them,
Yeah, those fall into a little
different category.
different category. But there is a method to let the neighbor buy those too.
Oh, really?
And we've done one or two of those.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, any other questions, Mr. Miller? Okay, thank you.
y'all.
Y'all let him off easy. Okay, let's see, regular business discussion and possible action on condemnation 25017 Carbon Lane, Amite, Louisiana, assessment number 6118623. Mr. Jerry, anything else? Any other comments or?
I just want to reiterate to the council and to those people we've been dealing with since 2022. We've had outstanding response from our property owners. We don't want to get to this point to where we have to bring it to condemnation hearing and ultimately putting a lien on a property. We want to continue to those property owners to try to take care of their blighted structures. And unfortunately, we're at this spot now, but we work above and beyond with our property owners who can't afford to take care of those structures. And ultimately, you know, we want to try to get this resolved so we can have our happy neighbors and people in the public that live here in our parish to take care of their properties, so we don't have to get to this point. But we're not opposed to giving Ms. Barthélemy some time to do this, to give her one more opportunity to try to move forward, to try to get that demolished. If not, we will move forward and obtain some bids, acquire a contractor, and we're going to go ahead and clean that property up.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Sinagra, your district,
I mean, I'd like to give her at least 60 more days, if that's okay, and
okay,
if everybody agrees to it.
I'll second.
Give her a little time,
okay. So your motion is to give 60 days?
60 days,
We got a second
please.
from Mr. Ridgel, so can we call roll, please?
Mr. Ridgel? Yes. Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat?
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Havis?
Yes.
Passed 10-0. Okay, now we get into adoption of ordinances, and I will be abstaining on these because I was not at the last meeting. The first item is number 5, TP ordinance number 2520, an ordinance to require ownership of right-of-ways for state project, State Line Road Bridge over unnamed Creek Bridge replacement project in Kentwood, Louisiana, to authorize the parish president to sign and execute all necessary documents, to provide for recordation, and to provide copies to all involved parties. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
And that was Mr.
I'll
Sinagra.
second.
And
I'll
second
second.
was Mr. Joseph.
Yes.
Would you call roll, please?
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, abstain.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat?
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yeah.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Havis?
Yes.
Mr. Ridgel?
Yes.
Motion passes 9 with 1 abstention. Okay, item 6, adoption of ordinance 2521, An ordinance to grant a variance to section 36112, special classification property development standards, mobile manufactured home placement standards for placement on a single lot for Miss Dorothy Bridgewater, assessment number 2686708 in District 8. Whereas on July 28, 2025, the Planning Commission voted to deny the variance request by Ms. Bridgewater to allow for the placement of one manufactured home on the parcel. It's assessment number 2686708, mailing address 44313 Zeno Lane, Hammond, Louisiana, for lack of the required acreage to place a mobile home. Is there a motion? All right, the first by Mr. Wells and the second by Mr. Ridgel. Call roll, please.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Abstain?
Ms. Hyde?
No.
Ms. Ciotat?
No.
Mr. Sinagra?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
I'd like to speak before I vote, please.
Yes, sir.
To the audience and all those that are looking at us on technology, sometimes you have to determine what is best, the part or the whole. The whole in this instance being Tangipahoa Parish. Whenever I'm in doubt, I've had several instances like this in my district. When I'm in doubt, I would Tracy or Nick LeBlanc. I would physically go look at the situation myself so I'll know whether I made the right vote or not. I visited this site not once, but twice. And it's my conclusion that the Planning Commission made the right decision and the staff made the right decision. I put all my faith in the staff. These guys do this every day. And I'm not trying to sound like some cold-hearted, cold person. I understand situations, but I'm doing what's best for Tangipahoa Parish. My vote is no.
Mr. Havis?
Yes.
Mr. Richtel?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
6 yes.
What's the vote count?
6 yes, 3 no.
Okay, 6 yes, 3 no, 1 abstention. Motion passes. 6-3-1. Okay, item number 7, adoption of ordinance 2522, an ordinance to grant a variance to section 3690 minor subdivision standards, frontage for David Jenkins, assessment 6210058, District 4. On July 8th, the Planning Commission voted to deny the variance request by David Jenkins to allow for the division of one lot of record with 125 frontage on Null Road, Larange, Louisiana, assessment number 6210058, into 2 lots due to lack of required 125-foot frontage. Okay, is there a motion here? Is there a motion?
I'm gonna make that motion. We have to look at this. We have to. We cannot deny folks like this. Did y'all happen to see that little grandbaby? And probably if they could get the grandbaby, then we wouldn't even talk about building a house. Y'all would just go live wherever. But how can we, because they don't have enough 125 foot, that boy right there can't live next to his mama, and that grandbaby can't run across to the yard to Mama's and get some cookies? I'm gonna make the motion.
Well, I second your motion and everything you said. Okay, we have a first, and Mr. Havis was first, second by Mr. Ridgel. Would you call roll, please?
Mr. Vial?
I'm going to abstain.
Ms. Hyde?
No.
Ms. Ciotat?
No.
Mr. Sinagra?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Again, y'all know where I stand. What if 1,000 people come up here with the same problem?
Give it to him.
The answer is no.
Mr. Havis?
Yes.
Mr. Richtel?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
I'd like to say something. I come up on Mayhew property, but my father and mother bought 15 acres, and they gave us each an acre. And I can't see separating family. I mean, if this is a subdivision that's trying to develop or a trailer park, I can vote against it. But for something like this, when there's a family member wanting to live by another family member, I feel like I gotta support it and support the people. I vote yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Vote count. Vote is 6 affirmative, 3 noes, and 1 abstention, and motion passes. I'm going to say this, look, I don't know the answers here. We're going to have to, we have to look at this. We've had a lot of discussions around this one. I don't know, we need to just dig into it and try to figure out something. I don't know what it is. I just don't know the answer. So we do have these folks from Desire Line working with us. Maybe they can help us, okay? That motion did pass. Item 8, adoption of ordinance 2523, in ordinance to provide for an exemption of parish government 1-cent sales tax on purchase of firearms, ammunition, hunting supplies during the state of Louisiana Second Amendment weekends sales tax holiday, September 5 through 7, 2025.
I so move, Mr.
Mr.
Chairman.
Wells is the first. Is there a second?
Second.
Second was? Who was it? Mr. Mayu got you, I think. So call roll, please.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat?
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Havis?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson? Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Bial?
Abstain, so 9 yes and 1 abstention. Let's see where I am here. 7, 8. Okay, now we get into public hearing on this, for these ordinances that we will introduce will be August the 25th. Introduction of TP ordinance number 2524, an ordinance establishing Vineyard Trace subdivision as a no-truck route in District 8. This is the usual, we've been through this before with some of the vehicles that are coming out of Medline. It's not Medline itself. It's a facility they've leased to. It's, I think it's Tractor Supply. Anyway, those trucks, some of the 18-wheelers are still coming out, going down the road that says no 18-wheelers. So they get down to this Vineyard Trace subdivision, they want to use it as a turnaround. And I think they destroyed a bunch of property and stuff. So is it possible for Medline to put up a small sign up there by the Medline sign that says Tractor Supply, or it's the same trucking company, I can't remember the name of it, see something, I don't know. I don't know if they're willing to do that or not.
They have put up the no truck routes.
No, I'm talking about a sign at the front where Medline is, with a small sign that maybe says whoever that people in the back are leasing the property. I mean, I live down there, so I see this all the time.
You think that people are coming in there missing it because they don't see a
Yes.
sign? Okay, got it, yes.
And just, something small, just to, I think it would catch their eye. Because a lot of the trucks are turning in, but then occasionally I get behind one and I see him going straight ahead. I want to jump out and say, stop. Okay.
And Mr. Vial, I had the same situation with Tractor Supply, and you can actually speak with Mr. Dunnington, and they can work something with the Waze app or Apple, something with the truck route.
Well, that was the other question
The
that came
Google
up.
Maps.
I thought they had worked on this already, but for some reason, some of the truckers are missing it. I don't know why.
For Waze or Google to work, there has to be a sign, so there needs to be a sign.
A year ago, and there's got to be a sign.
Because the Clausen building is not listed on there anymore because we're waiting for our signs to get put in.
You think Medline be willing to do that, Joe? Joe Thomas?
No, yeah.
think they might be willing to do
We'll make sure
that?
they are. We'll do our best to make them understand.
Okay, I think that would help. Doesn't have to be overpowering of their sign. Pass 10-0 for an introduction. Oh, I didn't get a motion yet. I'm sorry, I've been talking too much.
I'll make the motion,
Mr.
Mr.
Havis, in a second. Second, Mr. Original. Call roll, please.
Ms. Ciotat?
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Havis?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yeah.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Bial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Okay, passes 10-0. The next one is an ordinance 2525 to declare surplus Surface Pro laptop assessment number 23805 and authorize the donation of said assets to the village of Tangipahoa.
So moved. Second.
Motion was
Joseph.
Mr. Joseph, second.
Yes.
Havis, second. Call roll.
Mr. Sinagra?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Havis?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yeah.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Bial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat?
Yes.
Passes 10-0. Adoption of Tangipahoa Parish Resolution Number R2526, resolution of Tangipahoa Parish Council authorizing the parish president as a designated authority to execute any and all documents in regard to Project H015333, detour route for bridge replacement on Easley Road.
I will make that motion.
Mr. Havis, is there a second?
Yes.
Second, Mr. Joseph. Call roll, please.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Havis,
Yes.
Mr. Richtel,
Yeah.
Mr. Mayu,
Yes.
Mr. Wells,
Yes.
Mr. Vial,
Yes.
Ms. Hyde,
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat,
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra.
Yes.
Passes 10-0. Let's see, beer, wine, and liquor permits. Okay, there's one on here already, and then we're going to amend for the second one. But the first one is Quick Nest Fuels LLC, Club Deluxe Road. Mr. Mayu, that's your district.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Ciotat. Call roll, please.
Mr. Havis,
Yes.
Mr. Richtel,
Yes.
Mr. Mayu,
Yes.
Mr. Wells,
Yes.
Mr. Vial,
Yes.
Ms. Hyde,
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat,
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra,
Yes.
Mr. Graffia,
Yes.
Mr. Joseph.
Yes.
All right, then there's, I need a motion to amend to add Dawn Express Laranja. Whose district?
That's John.
John, is your district?
Make that
So
move
a
to amend
motion to
agenda.
amend. Mr. Graffia, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second one, Mr. Sinagra, and this is to amend. Would you call roll, please?
Mr. Richtel,
Yes.
Mr. Mayu,
Yes.
Mr. Wells,
Yes.
Mr. Vial,
Yes.
Ms. Hyde,
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat,
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra,
Yes.
Mr. Graffia,
Yeah.
Mr. Joseph,
Yes.
Mr. Havis.
Then a
Yes.
motion to approve, and we have all the paperwork. It's in your packet.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Graffia, and
Make a
second.
motion.
Second? I need a second.
Second.
Mr. Sinagra, call roll, please.
Mr. Mayu, Mr. Wells,
Yes.
Mr. Vial,
Yes.
Ms. Hyde,
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat,
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra,
Yes.
Mr. Graffia,
Yes.
Mr. Joseph,
Yes.
Mr. Havis,
Yes.
Mr. Richtel.
Yes.
Motion passes 10-0. All right, legal matters. Okay.
Yeah, so this is to consider a resolution authorizing Parish President Robbie Miller to execute the proposed settlement agreement in the John Robert Bobby Cortez versus TPG, suit number 2025-0001743. This agreement would end the lawsuit challenging the legality of the parish home rule charter regarding the term limits for the council and the parish president. The compromise would require the parish council to place a referendum on the ballot on April 2026 for the voters to approve an amendment that keeps term limits for the council and the president of no more than 4 consecutive terms calculated from January 1st, 2016. So to vote yes on this, we're saying we're going to move forward with the settlement agreement, and it's going to place for the people to vote in April on whether the parish president should have 4-term limit, and then a separate item for the council to have a term limit as well.
Okay.
Separate, that's the key word.
So some of us, this is our 3rd term. If this passes, we can serve for 1 more term, correct?
Correct. It would be
correct.
counting 4 terms from January 1st, 2016.
You know, I think we need to all keep in mind, look, this is a settlement agreement. Both parties have agreed to this. Keeps us out of court. Is this my first choice? No, but I think it's a reasonable thing to do. We don't go spend a bunch of money in court. We get this off the books, let the people decide what they want to do. And yeah, part of the settlement agreement was adding 1 more term for those who wish to do it. That will not be me. This will be my last term. I can tell you that right now. So I will not be running again. But I think it's a reasonable thing to do rather than to go spend a bunch of money in court. And that's why I think it's reasonable. I support it. I'm just saying it's a reasonable way to get this thing settled. And I'll just leave it that way. Any other comments?
And David, I'm sure Mr. Cortez has agreed, correct, Brad?
Yes.
Yes, yes. So this is, it is agreed upon by both parties, yes. Okay, so if we want to move forward or not, I need a motion and a vote. I need a motion to approve, to authorize the parish president to consider a resolution authorizing the parish president, Robbie Miller, to execute a proposed settlement agreement in the John Robert Bobby Cortez versus TPG case, Tangipahoa Parish suit number 202-500-1743. The agreement would end a lawsuit filed challenging the legality of the parish home rule charter regarding term limits for the council and parish president. The compromise would require the TPC to place a referendum on the ballot in April 2026 for the voters to approve an amendment that keeps term limits for the council and president of no more than 4 consecutive terms calculated from January 1, 2016. So I need a motion. Want to move?
Mr. David.
Yes.
So we're just passing a resolution here.
That's all we have to do.
For Mr. Miller to get the settlement done, then it's gonna come back to council for us to put it on the ballot.
On the
for
ballot.
people.
That is correct, yes.
There's a process to get it on the ballot, yes.
Right,
Oh,
and
yeah,
that'll come back
there's a
to-
process. This just starts the process, if
Okay.
we choose to do this, okay?
And the language,
All that
we'll
gets
deal
to
with
be
all
right,
that then.
correct.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm like you, Mr. David, I think this is the best, this guarantees that term limits stay in the parish.
That's correct.
So, I'll make the motion.
All right, first by Mr. Havis. Is
I'll
there a
second.
second was Ms. Hyde. Would you call roll, please?
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat?
No.
Mr. Sinagra?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Havis?
Yes.
Mr. Ridgel?
Yes.
Mr. Mayu?
Yes.
Motion passes 9-1. Okay, councilman privileges, anyone? No councilman privileges.
I move that we adjourn.
Mr. Wells has a motion to adjourn. Any objections? Hearing
Second.
none. Have a good evening.